Hefty's the name, shiny hunting's my game. Gotta catch 'em all, nothing's ever the same. With my trusty football, I'm always on the spree. No shiny can escape, they all come to me. Shiny after shiny, it's never enough. I'm on a quest, and it can get rough. From Pallet Town to Johto and beyond, I'm the shiny hunter, the bond is strong. I've caught 'em all, every shiny you can name. Kanto region, Johto region, I've conquered the game. Hefty is the king, the one who never quits. Caught 'em twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks. I've conquered the game. Hefty's the king, the one who never quits. Caught him twice, now that's the real deal. No tricks.
What is going on? Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome on in. Hope you're all doing well. I hate the basculin hunt. Is just straight up what's going on. I hate the basculin hunt, and I want to do something that I enjoy doing. So, I did some Shalfa hunting yesterday. I got myself a Shalfa Ursaring and a Shalfa Ralts, and now I'm working on a Shalfa Gardevoir, and I want to get that. So that's what we're going to do. But welcome on in, Spectre, Mighty Munchkin, Pen, Spinner, Razzie, Kiro, Big Cheese Thrust. Hope you're all doing well. On this, the last stream before Legends ZA comes out. So yeah, let me know what starter you are going to be starting with. Right now, Toadall's winning with 50%. Shalfa Ralts is crazy, right? Pretty awesome, and I was pretty excited about that. So I do have a perfected dex for Gardevoir. So I'm just waiting for it to pop. If it does pop, then we'll work on something else. I'm not putting the counter up for this one just because I've been hunting this for several hours already, and I just feel it'd be really inauthentic if I put up a counter. But yeah, next time do a pseudo hunt for Basculin. I mean, I think I'm gonna hate it either way, right? Because I'm not a big fan of Masuda hunting in Scarlet and Violet, and I have so many Masuda hunts I have to do in Scarlet and Violet regardless. For like Hisuian Sneasel and Hisuian Growlithe, all the starters again. So ugh. And yes, happy Community Day. Today is Community Day for Solosis. I will be going out and catching 3 shinies. Reuniclus is my favorite psychic type Pokemon, so I hope I get it. Well, I mean, I know I'm going to get it. It's a community day, but I'm looking forward to it. What did everyone get up to the rest of yesterday? How was the rest of everyone's Saturday? Also, Razzie, I need your big brain. I need your guidance and advice here. So, where I'm standing with these resets, obviously the Alpha Gardevoir is right in front of me, but on pretty frequent occasions, behind the Alpha Gardevoir is an Alpha Ambipom. If that happens to shine, should I go for it? You went bowling yesterday? You had fun? Nice. I like to bowl. I haven't been bowling in a while. Mighty Munchkin, you had a good Saturday? Glad to hear it. H Gaming, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Been a few weeks. Take the Ambipom, yes? Okay, nice, nice. So if I do happen to see the shiny or the Shalfa Ambipom, I'll go for that, and then we'll just take a little bit of time to reset up the Gardevoir. I did. H Gaming, I actually did. The last time you reminded me, like literally the next day I watched it. And I've been waiting for you to come back. I did watch it. It was a pretty good movie. That was a good recommendation. Thank you. I was gonna do the dono goal again today, but I was doing a little bit of testing right before stream, and I don't know what's happening. But like whenever I turn the earbuds on, it immediately starts playing Gorillaz in my ears, and I don't even know where it's pulling it from because like you would think it's my phone, but I check my phone and I don't even have like music playing on my phone. So I don't know what the heck it's connecting to. What was my favorite part? That's a tough one. I thought just in general the mood, the vibe of him of like Kevin Bacon like going through the house and like just how all these extra rooms and hallways kept getting added. It was really unsettling. Which song? It is. I mean, not one of their singles. I think it's from Plastic Beach. I think it's from the Plastic Beach album. Um, it's one of the ones that's like more like rappy. I am confusion. Why this again? Shinies, check out the thumbnail, and that will give you every answer you need. The Gooners will be eating good today. I don't know what that means, Coles. You mean the Goonies? You like Feel Good Inc? That's a good song. Why don't you just engage it? Okay, the answer is because I felt like it. I don't enjoy the basculin hunt, and I felt like doing this. And then there's Nick. Why Gardevoir again? Because I don't have a shelf of Gardevoir. Oh my gosh, did we hit our lake goal already? No, not even close. Come on, Venue King. Come on. Come on now. Here's Alpha. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you know what? I will put on the hoodie. We don't have a light goal. We do have a light goal. We have a light goal of 15. Um, wait, I did pin it, right? I didn't pin it. Whoopsie. I did not pin it. Okay, now we have a light goal of 15. Shiny full odds Drifloon Ultra Sun Ultra Moon called Hindenburg. Okay, nice. Of all the megas you hunted, how many were alphas and what were they? Well, how about this? I'll tell you what they were and then we'll count together. Also, that subcount 2177. That was you. Please let me know so I can say thank you. We got Garchomp, we got Glalie, we got Steelix, we got Gyarados. I think that might have been it. I've also randomly found the Ralts. I found Ursaring. I found, well, I mean, I hunted for Ursaring. I randomly found a Scyther and um, Carnivine and Roserade were random as well. You like your profile pic? It's your Halloween costume. Very nice. I love it, Spectre. That's a really cute costume. Tyler, Enjoy the lurks while playing Breath of the Wild, Grounded, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Star Wars World, and Tears of the Kingdom in that order. Mewtwo, what's up, man? Good to see you. All right, I will go put on my hoodie. I did promise it. Even though we're not going for the Basculin today, I'm going to put on the hoodie. Got my Poliwhirl hoodie on. That means we're going to get shinies today. Wish you could see it better. I'm going to sit like this. I'm going to sit just like this. Starting some ultra wormhole hunts. Nice, Coles. I love ultra wormhole hunts. Razzie, you know what's funny? I after stream yesterday, I went set up the Ursa Ring hunt, and I spent probably about 10 minutes getting the hunt set up. And then afterwards, I was like after I had all set up, I was like, oh crap. I didn't even check to see if I I forgot to like perfect the decks. And so I was like, well, I might as well just see how much I have left to do on the decks. And so the next reset, I checked the decks, and I already had Earth String perfected. So that was pretty sweet. Uh, Gardevoir has a Mega Evo. Gardevoir already has a Mega Evo. Yes, Gardevoir does have a Mega Evolution as of Gen 6. Probably going to pop by next week just because you love chatting with everyone. Just probably not going to pay much attention to the gameplay as much. That's fair. Barbaracle is, yes, in the blue wormholes. Um, Yeah, Gardevoir and Gallade both have megas. But that's a good point. Are there any other Pokemon that have both a Mega and a Paradox form? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I don't know if there are. Yep, Salamence, that's true. That's true. Hey, Durga, I'm going to give you a heads up. If you're going to post messages like that, YouTube's going to hide them immediately, so no one's going to be able to see your funny joke. So sorry that that didn't come through and no one except for me saw it. Tyranitar, yep, Tyranitar, that's another one. Uh, Going out for a shiny Barbaracle and just got Uxie. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Salamence, Tyranitar, that's true. That's true. I don't know if there's any others. You hunted this? Nice. What's going on, Mia? Happy Sunday. Yeah, why don't you try rephrasing that, and we'll see if you can actually get a message through YouTube's filters. Now we've hit the like goal. Thank you so much, Spectre. You know what? That one did get through. Good job, Durga. That one did get through the filters. However, it's totally inappropriate for Pokemon channels, so bye. Yeah, Golbat last night. Congratulations. Heads up for Community Day. They made backgrounds much more common from Wild Spawns. You got 5 of them today. Holy buckets. I will give you credit, Durga. That was a good job of finding a synonym that still worked in the little wordplay you did there. So kudos on that. 84 years. Come on now. I don't think the game's even been out that long. I don't think. Coles, I mean, you got two options. You have a guaranteed Yuxi hunt in front of you, or you can go for the better odds non-legendaries. But just keep in mind, like you got one shot. So like if you're going for a non-legendary in a wormhole, a few things have to happen. One, it has to be the Pokemon that you're looking for, and two, it has to be shiny. There's no amount of resets that'll change either one of those things. So it's like an all or nothing. Whereas with Venue, I can't find it. I don't know what's going on. I cannot see my community posts. Let me see it. Let me try it on my phone. You don't give a shoe of Yuxi? Well, then why are you asking me? If you don't care about Yuxi, why are you asking me if you should go for Yuxi? Okay, I can do it on mobile. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's mobile only. Hey, Venukin, congratulations on the shiny Lugia. That's amazing. That is awesome. Congratulations. Neutron is its name. Congrats. I'm just asking if I leave now, will it disappear forever? No, it won't disappear forever. They don't disappear until you capture them. Razzie, thank you for the sundae. I'm sure it looks delicious. I'm younger than Pong and Donkey Kong. I don't think I'm younger than Donkey Kong. Can someone fact check that? Jazziolo, welcome back. I do remember you. I remember you from, was it last Saturday? You'll have to defeat the Elite Four again, though? No, you won't. No, Mia, we're talking about Ultra Wormholes. No Basculin today? No Basculin today? No, John, I just hate that hunt. I want to do something that I enjoy. So, I'm going for the Gardevoir. Um, Here, I'll show you guys real quick what I got yesterday. If I survive. You're thinking BDSP. Yeah. No, I understand. Typically with those games, yeah, you do have to redo the Elite Four, but yeah, in the wormholes, you just have to go for it again. Look sharp in the hoodie. Thank you, OND. So yesterday I hunted for Ursaluna, or I'm sorry, Ursaring. So I got myself my Shalfa Ursaring. And then while I was doing research to perfect the decks on Gardevoir, I came across a Shalfa Ralts. And I don't remember actually what nature it is. It's a jolly little Ralts. Chem, please. No Basculin today. I want to do something that I'm enjoying. What's the light goal? Light goal currently is 25. Need to heal Smeargle anyways? There you go. You're playing Pokemon, you saw this? Well, that sounds perfect. You love my shut up Razzie box? How about it? Why does Razzie have a profile picture of Sid the Sloth? That's a great shout out right there. Anyone else got PLA on hand? I do, James. Two potential phases for your top 25 hunt from wormholes being Abomasnow and Yon Mega. Those are good shinies. I am doing community day today, John Struckert. How about you? Also, John, I was so excited. I hatched an egg yesterday morning and it was a Togepi. So I'm going to be transferring that into home. I think I'm officially over 800 now. Let me see. I know there's still a few things I need to evolve, and I think Sword and Shield, and then transfer back into home. Let me see where I'm at. Plans for the rest of the day. This until lunchtime, and then lunch, and then probably watch a little bit of TV till 2 o'clock. Then do community day, Pokemon Go community day, and then probably meal prep for the week, and then bed because I'm old. Also, I watched the first 4 episodes of the new Monster show on Netflix yesterday about Ed Gein, and I actually was pleasantly surprised. I feel like they've toned down the campiness of the series since the Menendez brothers season, and this one does feel a lot more serious. I'm at 808, 808, 809 when I transfer in Togepi. One ring portal. I think it maxes out at like, I don't know, 10% maybe. If it's like over 5,000 light years, it might be 10%. I'm not sure if it's that high. What's my meal prep look like this week? Spaghetti. You're 823, John. You're kicking my butt. You probably have a lot more legendaries transferred in than I do. I need a bunch of legendaries and babies. Mum spaghetti. Nope, just hefty spaghetti. You said Greek yogurt today? That's disgusting. Why would you tell me that, Mewtwo? Olives, cranberries, Greek yogurt. These are the things I do not like. Can't say because you're at work, but sending you a shiny luck. Thank you so much, Loops. Good to see you. John's 823. It's currently 823. Maybe where you live, not where I am. Please, Chem, the world does not revolve around you. All Nintendo, thank you so much for the shiny luck. Okay, single ring. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Let me see if I can find it. Is this the Drago hoodie? This is the Poliwhirl hoodie. What are you talking about? Here we go. So one ring, which is like it has the outer ring, so it's actually the second level. Starts at 0% and maxes at. No, that's not what I'm looking at. That's not what I'm looking at. Ugh, why is it so hard to find these? I remember I had them somewhere before. Charles, what's going on? Yeah, this is Legends Arceus. All right, I can't find it right now. I can't find it right now. What's going on, Shiny Cornholio? Good to see you. Futurevania. That'd be an interesting game. The Poliwhirl hoodie, which witnessed Shiny Drago? Yes, yes. This is my lucky Poliwhirl hoodie. Spectre, thank you for the hug and the $20. Barbarical did appear, but not shiny. All right, leave the wormhole, try again. I know your best bet is if you've cleared out all of the legendaries in the blue wormhole. So there's no legendaries left in the blue wormhole that you can hunt for. And you go 5,000 light years and you go into a legendary wormhole. The odds max out at that Pokemon being shiny at 32%. Or basically 1 in 3. Totodile is your partner in ZA? I think it's going to be mine too. It looks like Totodile is winning the poll right now with 40%. Yeah, UC appeared to say you did not do that. Yeah, so I think your odds, like at best, might max out. Might max out at like 20%, if I remember correctly. Probably gonna finish the game day 2. Could you imagine? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long the game is. So when I stream next Saturday, I don't know if we'll be still playing through the game or if we'll be post game. You ever seen this game played for? How is it, Charles? If you like Pokemon, Legends Arceus is a very unique game. It's different from traditional Pokemon games. It's a little bit more. Um, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It's a little bit more dynamic. It's not as. It's not so much like turn-based battling and everything. It's a little more action-based, and it's got a pretty good story. And it's not open world, but it's like open world junior. Top of the Temple glitch won't work for you. What do you mean it won't work for you? Just like you're not, you can't get up there. Battle's more like anime. Yeah, it's a little bit more like you're still taking turns, but it's a little bit more actiony. Now the next game that comes out, Legend ZA, which comes out this week, Open Zones. Yeah, that is the proper term, Razzie, not Open World Junior. Um, but Legend ZA is supposed to be like full on like no turns. You're just battling. When you hold Y, the bird just charges and sinks. Yeah, it's a really complicated series of buttons you have to press that you're basically like you're like the way I got up there was basically I threw like I went up and then like I undid it and then redid it and like just slowly like inch by inch I started going up. But like you have to basically like get off the bird, then get back on the bird, but like you have to be like up against the wall. It's not PC. It's Switch and Switch 2 only. Was a Q zone. I don't know. I don't know. Is Sir Rousington a technically type of person? I mean, he's technically a person. Dorian, good morning. What am I in the process of doing right now? I am resetting, hoping that this giant Gardevoir, or Alpha Gardevoir, as they're called in this game, huge red eyes. I'm hoping that I can get to be shiny, and I can do that by resetting. Generally, both hope and do not hope that Dexing isn't just catching. There's a lot of things I hope and do not hope about this upcoming game. How are you technically a person? You're literally a person? Exactly. Exactly. Because you're literally a person, you are technically a person. The technical specs say that you are a person. I'm trying to except the fact that most likely this game will be a one and done as far as like playthroughs, and then if I'm going to hunt anything, it'll probably be alpha hunting, and that's it. Um, I've seen you sipping from your. Yeah, I know. I know. That's how I know that you are technically a person. Am I gonna get shiny Glade next? Possibly. There is a lot of Dex research I have to do for Glade, but we might. I love the thumbnail for the stream so much. Ari, thank you. I spent about 3 minutes on it. It means a lot to me that some people like my very simplistic style. Some would say minimalistic. The truth is, it's the correct style that my thumbnails are not professional in any way, shape, or sense of the word. You're technically a bag of Doritos. That's true. I'm not a person. I'm a board. In Germany, I'm a board. Baja, what's going on? Good to see you. It's a perfect reflection of my vibe. I don't know if that is a compliment or not, but it is something that you said, and I believe. You're a meat popsicle. I could go for a meat popsicle. If you guys had to have a meat popsicle, what type of meat would it be? Yeah, Charles, no problem. You'll hear me get all excited and say, "There it is." I'll probably wave my arms in the air like I just don't care, and then we'll get into a battle. Veal, you'd have a veal popsicle, pork popsicle, bacon popsicle. Guys are all weird. Fish like in the chum bucket? That's disgusting. Why the heck would you guys eat meat popsicles? Smoked brisket bratwurst popsicle? Interesting. Thumbnails don't have to be so much to show reason. There's old trick shot 2015 videos with tons of old memes on the thumbnail to show how epic the clips are. I understood some of the words in that sentence. What's going on? Someone silly. Hope you're doing well today. Nice bait. Thank you. I'm a master at that. Spam popsicle. Are you saying that you would eat a spam popsicle, or are you telling people to spam the word popsicle? I'm confused. Birria popsicle. Would I rather eat a meat popsicle or a popsicle made out of toenails? Ugh. Probably meat popsicle. Trubbish popsicle. Yuck. Aren't kebabs meat popsicles? I mean, I guess if you freeze them. Alpha Monkey back there. I know, Dorian. I'm trying to keep my eye on that as well. And also, I don't know why. Thank you, Ari. I'm assuming that was you that unhid that message. You're boiling shrimp. Oh, I could go for some shrimp right now. I could always go for shrimp. Lechonk popsicle. With his face. Dragon fruit popsicle. That actually sounds pretty good. I can't remember the last time I had a popsicle though. I remember when I was a kid. You remember those freeze pops? Like the little plastic tube that had like the water in it, like the sugar water, and then you'd freeze it, and then you'd eat it like a popsicle. Blue is the best. After t-ball practice, only the cool kids got the blue popsicles. Is there always a alpha Amapom back there? If so, it won't shine as it's not changing. I don't think it's always. If it is always, then sometimes it appears in quite different places, Razzie, because I don't see it every reset. But I see it enough resets that you're probably right now that I think about it. Merlin's trying to help with the shrimp. Nice. Cranberry or meat popsicle? I guess I'd have to go with the meat popsicle. Green's the best? Green was a good flavor. Second entrance to the Wayward Cave is where? That's definitely a Razzie question right there. Otter Pops. I've never eaten otter. We need a new light goal? Holy smokes, we do. We need a light goal of 35. You saw the people on your ship that would put a little bit of vodka in those popsicles. Oh, yeah. Yep, I know people that have done that. Anyone ever brine fruit in alcohol? He asked a Pokemon live stream. When I was in college, I knew this guy. He was all excited. Beginning of the year, he got a jar of maraschino cherries, poured out all the cherry juice, and poured in vodka up to the brim and let it sit there for 4 months. Over a Christmas break, him and I came back early and stayed in the dorm, and he popped open that jar that had been sitting there fermenting for several months. And we were all excited. We were giggling like idiots. And so we decided to start by eating a cherry. Or no, I'm sorry. We decided to start by taking a shot of the cherry juice that was in the jar. So we pour out a little brine with alcohol. Whatever, Chem. I'm not a science man. Um, so we poured shot glasses out of the jar, and we got all excited, and we took the shot, and it tasted exactly like cherry juice, like not like cherry flavored. It tasted just like cherry juice because it was just cherry juice. And then we got all nervous, and then we pulled out a cherry and we sliced it in half, and it was just full of vodka. It was it was wild. Like we knew that it had been pickling long enough when the the juice had completely been expunged from the cherries. 55-gallon barrel of jungle juice. Your older sister's graduation. 55 gallons? Holy smokes. That's a lot of gallons. I just realized the poll. You want your world starter with teleport? Wouldn't that'd be crazy? Dorian, that I don't know what that is, but it sounds disgusting. Sangria in Spain, they put sliced fruits in it, right? Sliced fruit in it. I can't talk today, Razzie. I'm going to end up being in a new clip today because I can't say words correctly. Slowpoke, thank you for the Kirklurks. Because it was just cherry juice. It was wild. It was not what we were expecting. I said a funny one earlier. I don't even want to know. It's boiled lobster. I mean, but why? That's a literal phrase. That's not like a name for something. I don't know why you would do a shot of boiled lobster guts. And I don't know why you would pay $20 for a shot of boiled lobster guts. You used to eat prawns with the guts still in there because you were dumb? I think we've all been there. Where's the shiny at? Mulled wine after it snowed. I used to like drinking apple cider on a cold winter's night. Why do people suck on crawfish heads? I have no idea, OND. That's a good question. Oh, the dog's new beds yesterday, so it looks so cute in hers. Ari, you're gonna be sending me pictures, right? Lots of juice getting the head. So much flavor. Never had a shot in your life, still pure. You're not missing out on much. Come on, shine. Razzy's a head sucker, it sounds like. It does sound like that. Slaughtered lobsters at your country club job and kept them in containers with their guts and juice falling out. You got paid $20 to take a big cup. Okay, so it was a dare. Dorian, what you're saying is it was a dare. So someone dared you to do something disgusting, And then you ask me if I've done that, trying to frame it as something that most people have tried at one point in their life. That's what just happened. You gaslit me into believing that I was missing out on a normal experience. It doesn't saving the game just keep everything the same? Are you just resetting? That's a great question, someone silly. That's a fantastic question. So typically, that is what would happen. Once you go into an open area like this, or open world junior, all the spawns are set. You can reset the game. You can fly away and go back, and it will all be the same Pokemon. If a Pokemon's shiny, it's gonna be shiny every single time. If Pokemon's not shiny, it's not gonna be shiny every single time. However, if you go into an area that has an outbreak going on, has a mass outbreak going on, and that outbreak appears on top of where the static alpha Pokemon uh, uh, typically stands, the alpha Pokemon won't be there because the outbreak overrides it. So you go to where the outbreak is, you knock out everything in the outbreak, and now you're standing in the middle of a completely barren field with no Pokemon around. You save the game, you reset the game, and now because you've reset the game and there's no longer an outbreak there, then the alpha will show up. So when you do it that way, every time you reset the game, the alpha is a new Pokemon. Daily reminder, Jesus Christ loves you so much. John 15:13, greater love has no man than this, that he lays down his life for his friends. Randy, that's a very nice thing for you to pop in and say on a Pokemon live stream on a Sunday. Hope you're having a great day too. Ari, that's adorable. Oh my gosh, honeybee. Complicated. Yeah, it is a little bit tricky. Like once you try it a few times, like it becomes pretty simple. But basically, the idea is if an outbreak is overriding the alpha, you just KO everything or catch everything in the outbreak until the outbreak's gone. Then you save, and then when you reset, the alpha will start showing up again. I know, Randy. I know you always mean the best. I see you popping up in other streams as well, and you certainly do mean the best. Alpha permutation hunts? No, John, I've not done permutations. Actually, I take that back. When permutations first became a thing, I did do one for about 5 minutes. And then I said no. Head cheese is gross too. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how big Honeybee has gotten. I remember when Honeybee was just a little baby bee, little baby bumblebee, full of love and honey or something. Merlin stole your chair, that little thief. An actual fluffy potato. I once had a fluffy potato. I was told not to eat it. I was told to just throw it away. You can write boobs on a calculator? Me too. 80085. Where's that potato now? Probably the dump. No, it's just a regular old dump potato. I'm glad you didn't throw yours away, Ari. I think your fluffy potato is a little bit better than the fluffy potato that I had. It's mutated to 3 potatoes in one. What's my thoughts on the double decker couch? I think it's a brilliant idea. Um, you know, in college we had bunk beds. They came standard in the dorm rooms. And sometimes people would remove the bed from the bottom bunk and put a little like love seat under there. And that was cool. And then when the idea came up with the double decker couch, like which is like the whole thing, like that same thing, but then like a couch on the top instead of the bed, I was like, that's actually kind of brilliant. We're having such a bizarre conversation today, and somehow we got another sub. If that was you that just subbed, bringing that number up 2178, please let me know so I can say thank you. Can all watch together and be buddies. Exactly. Bhutan Entertainment Center. That's how they would market it. That's how they would sell a Big Cheese. That's the name under which they would sell it to make it sound more professional and serious. Yeah, Lego Movie was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. Lego Movie 2, I also enjoyed, but not as much. 2 is okay. It didn't have the same magic as the first one. Yeah, Will Ferrell's hilarious. Remember being younger and wondering who on earth needed or wanted a double decker couch? I mean, if you're given the option of having a futon entertainment center, you don't turn that down. College boys. Well, I guess that's true. It is definitely a college boy type of thing. Everything is awesome. Everything's cool when you're part of a team. Baha, did you check the medicine cabinet in the bathroom? What's next? A triple decker couch? Oh my gosh. Well, you gotta make sure you got some high ceilings if you're gonna do a triple decker. That's the next step. Best sequel in my opinion? Oh my gosh. Best sequel. It's a tough one. I'm going to make it a little bit easier and to not to cut down on possible arguments, I am discounting any trilogies or franchises. We're going straight sequels, not the second movie in a longer series. It's just straight up sequels. Um, best sequel. Is it really going to be that? Am I really going to say that? I think I am going to say that. Okay. This surprises me as much as it probably surprises anybody. But giving it deep, deep thought for about 20 seconds and discounting franchises. See, cheese, I can't count that because that's part of a franchise. Discounting franchises and trilogies and stuff like that. The greatest straight up sequel I can think of off the top of my head is Ace Ventura When Nature Calls. What if you think the second movie in trilogy is better than the first movie? It was before it was announced that it would be a trilogy. Um, nope, nope. It's got to be just a straight up sequel. Karen, what's going on? Good to see you. Pasco dorm room specialist, twin bunk beds for $99. That's a good price. Desperado, but that's part of a larger franchise. El Mariachi, Desperado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico. That's from when you went to college. That is a fantastic price. 13 dang years without a third movie. Ari, how about this? Tell me what you're thinking. I'll tell you if it counts or not. Done or under my arbitrary rules. Is Shanghai Noon a sequel to Shanghai Morning? No, but there was a Shanghai Noon sequel called Shanghai Nights. Independence Day Resurgence. I still haven't seen that. There's a Little Rascals 2. I didn't know that. How to Train Your Dragon 2. Oof. Ari, I will allow you to say that that was the best sequel up until they announced they were going to do a third one. You can say that's a former winner. Razzie, best sequel movie, but it can't be the second movie in a franchise. It has to be just a straight up sequel. Like movie 1, movie 2, done. Second Spider-Verse movie, but there's going to be a third one. I guess you can say Across the Spider-Verse can currently be, but it will no longer be after the third one comes out. What'd you miss? We're just having absolutely semantic arguments about movies. Andrew Garfield Spider-Man 2. Ooh, that might be a technicality because you're right. There was only one sequel to Amazing Spider-Man, but it is kind of part of the larger Spider-Man franchise. So that's a tough one. That's a thinker. Kill Bill Volume 2, that's a good shout. Mighty Munchkin, thank you for being here. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Gremlins 2, come on now. Seriously. I'm not saying Gremlins 2 is a bad movie, but better than the first one. I guess we didn't say it has to be better than the first one. We just have to say it has to be the best sequel. I'm just moving the goalposts. Megan 2.0. I haven't seen the Megan movies. Kieran, how's your weekend going? Also, let's go ahead and play. Let's play guess the best sequel of any duology. Sister. Ooh, you know what? You know what? I retract my Ace Ventura 2 When Nature Calls. Razzie wins. It is in fact Sister Act 2. That's a good shout. That's a fantastic shout. It is indeed Sister Act 2. That's not. Is it? No, it's not. It's Chapter 2. Not better than Sister Act 2. Oh, happy day. Yeah, right, Ari? It's tough. It was an alpha, Ari. It was indeed an alpha. No counter. No, I'm not doing a counter for this one because I've been hunting this for about 3 hours this morning and about 2 hours last night. So I felt the counter, like anything I do with the counter would be a lie on this hunt. Cheaper by the dozen too? Night at the Museum. Was there only 2 Night at the Museums? I just saw the first one. I knew there was a sequel. For some reason, I thought there was a third. But I could be wrong. Son of the Mask, I never watched. Finding Dory is a decent sequel. That's true too. That's a good shout, Kieran. Okay, there was 3? Okay. Definitely could have reset the hunt for that. What do you mean, Ari? Like, I'm not. Resi made a good point. I'm not sure if the alpha Ambipom is changing each time or if that one's already set. Um, but if it does happen to shine, I am definitely going to go for it. You did enjoy Dory, but Monster University was great. Okay, here's a question. Here's a follow-up question, and I'm not picking on Rezzy's answer because I think that's a good answer, but it brings up a philosophical question. Can a sequel be a prequel? Can a prequel be a sequel? Like, is the sequel determined by release order, or is it determined by in canon timeline? You love this hefty? I feel like you're being sarcastic. Star Wars is a prime example of that. Yes. Are there prequels sequels, or are they not? If a tree falls on the woodhead, well, the sequel goes like Lion King 1.5. That's another good question, Kiro. That's another good one. Is Lion King 1.5 technically a sequel, or is it just the bridge between Lion King 1 and Lion King 2? Gonna go now. Good luck. Thank you so much, someone silly. We might be doing Mega Gallade at some point. Or, well, we've done a Mega Gallade. We might be doing an Alpha Gallade at some point. You used to think Finding Nemo was called Feeding Nemo? That would have been a different type of movie. What's the best Pixar movie? That's a good question. My favorite Pixar movie, gosh. Gosh. That's a really tough one. I mean, I can tell you which one has made me the most emotional the most times. And that is without a doubt Toy Story 3. I still, to this day, cannot watch the last 10 minutes of Toy Story 3 without bawling. With all these qualifications, you literally don't know any sequels that you even enjoy, right? Still on this duology thing, 21 Jump Street or 22 Jump Street? Uh, what do you mean? Are you saying you don't know if 22 Jump Street is better than 21 Jump Street? Yeah, Wally was good. I mean, I'll admit I've never seen any of the Cars movies. I haven't seen any of the Cars movies. But I'd be hard pressed to think of a Pixar movie I haven't enjoyed. Which is your favorite out of the two? I don't think I saw 22. I did enjoy 21. Scene with Andy. So okay, so here's what happens. Here's what happens anytime I watch Toy Story 3. I'm having a good time. Everyone's having fun. The movie's funny. It's well done. And then it gets to the point where the toys are about to. Spoiler alert for Toy Story 3, which has been out for like 15 years or something. It gets to the point where the toys are accepting their fate that they're about to burn up in the incinerator. And they all like just come to terms with that and hold each other's hands. That's when I start getting choked up, seriously choked up. And then I just said that off the top of my head, Razzie. I honestly don't know what year that came out. And then the very end, where Andy goes to see the little girl, I can't remember her name, and has basically gives every Toy Story character a last call, like a final call, final bow. It did come out in 2010. Holy smokes, it has been 15 years. Every one of the toys gets a Bonnie. Yeah, every toy gets a final bow. Um, that that gets me every time. The claw. And then for some reason they made Toy Story 4, which was not a bad movie. It was a fine movie, but because of how fantastic Toy Story 3 was, Toy Story 4 felt like a TV movie. It didn't feel like a motion picture. It felt like here's a Saturday night made for TV special on the Disney Channel. Up destroys your feels. Wally's another banger. Ratatouille is one of the best stories. Toy Story is so iconic. Monsters Inc. is just amazing. It's not a fair question. It really is a tough question. Villy, good morning to you. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fantastic Pixar movies. Remember bawling in the theater and then walking out and passing your high school crush with your red puppy eyes? That's hilarious, Razzie. First 10 minutes of Up are fantastic. The rest of the movie's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, they could have, you know how like, I'm not sure they still do it. Remember how Pixar would always have like the quick like 5 or 10 minute short before the movie? Um, like the first 10 minutes of Up would have been a fantastic one of those. Like just the no dialogue. Well, there's a little bit of dialogue at the very beginning, but the whole like showing their entire relationship from beginning to end, that could have been an Oscar winning short animated story by itself. Wait, what did Baja say? Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves was a good sequel. Yeah, Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves was a good sequel. Honey, I Blew Up the Baby was not a good one. You left for the spoiler. Oh my gosh, sorry if these old movie spoilers are too much, Charles. My bad. Bloody stop it, Razzie. Oh my gosh. Big Hero 6 was really good. Incredibles was a lot of fun. Inside Out 2 was a good sequel. I like the first Inside Out more. And the last few I haven't seen yet. I think the last one I saw might have been Soul, and I did not like Soul. Enjoyed Brave so much. Brave was all right. It wasn't a bad movie, but I wouldn't put it like on my top 10 list or anything. Read your last few messages. Yes. Cars. Wait, hold on. Let me go back here. The only movies you can think of are the Cell 2 and Silent Hill Revelations. And you like to imagine neither of those movies exist because they're almost enough to retroactively destroy your favorite movies. There is a Cell 2? I didn't realize that. I know, Ari, you and I are like two of the only people that ever talk about the movie Cell. I didn't realize there was a Cell 2. That I don't like that. I haven't seen Elemental yet. I haven't seen Elio yet. I mean, I guess the last Pixar movie I saw was Inside Out 2. I think that came out well after Soul. You liked Home Alone 3? I did not. In my mind, there's two Home Alone movies. It's literally nothing like the first movie. Well, then I'm not going to watch it, Ari. Alia was a fun watch, but it wasn't like OMG go watch. Alia was very pretty. I think they just did terrible on the marketing. Like I remember hearing that there's a Pixar movie called Elio that was going to come out like uh I don't know, in the spring. And then I didn't hear anything else about it again until people were saying, "Hey, why didn't this perform well at the box office?" It's like I didn't know it came out. What did Baja say? You liked Home Alone 3? Come on now, Baja. Coco, I saw. Okay, Coco and what's the other one with the Bruno? Encanto. I saw those, but I didn't really see them. They were on the TV while I'm sorry, Kieran's here. They were on the TV whilst my mom and I were making we're putting together puzzles one Christmas. We just had the movies on the background, so I wasn't really paying attention to the movies. So I will have to rewatch those two someday. Your grandma's favorite movie was Coco. You love that movie so much. I like the art style of that one, and the character designs. You're not crazy about any of the Home Alones? That's okay, Kieran. At this point, I just expect you to have bad opinions on things. I accept you in spite of all your terrible takes. Why am I not surprised, Ari? Hey, let's go ahead and do Guess the Marvel Superhero. This is the part of the stream where you guess the Marvel Superhero, and then I show you a book. It's not Daredevil, not Silver Surfer. Oh my gosh, Vina King, that's funny because I almost pulled out a Silver Surfer today. Not Iron Man, not Spider Man 2029, not Thor, not Magic, not Big Hero 6. I wish I had. I don't have the first appearance of Big Hero 6. I wish I had that. It was right around the time I was collecting too. I missed it by a few months. Not Thunderbolts, not Fantastic Four, not Punisher, not Iron Fist, not Blade, not Captain America, not Angela, not Captain America, not Jessica Jones. Good shout out though. Not Human Torch, not Black Widow, not Black Panther, not Superman. You like Home Alone 3, didn't but you don't connect it to 1 and 2. Not Obnoxio, not Batfleck, not Spider Gwen. Well, that's it. Those are all the superheroes. You guys went through every single superhero. Not Hawkeye, not Agent Venom, not Cable, not Gambit. I'm seeing some great guesses though. By the way, guesses that should be made in future segments. Not Bucky, not Howard, not Green Lantern. Ari, I can't tell if you were joking with Howard, like if you were purposefully giving a very generic name, or if you were actually name dropping Howard the Duck. Either way, I love you and you're hilarious. Not Green Lantern, not Luke Cage, not Jeff, not Venom, but Vinu King coming through with the correct answer. It is, in fact, the Hulk. Hulk, enter, or who is the Red Hulk? This is volume, Who is the Red Hulk? This is all Hulk comics from 2008 to 2009. This is from the Modern Collection. This is the first appearance of the Red Hulk. It's also got like Hulk in it and She-Hulk and Abomination. I still got to read this one actually. Oh, Rick Jones turning into A-Bomb, which is a terrible name. Looks like me. Get down now. Get out of here. Ooh, here's Red Hulk versus Thor. Looks like he's punching him. That's right. The Red Hulk in the movies was played by Harrison Ford. Here's Red Hulk punching She-Hulk. And then her not. Actually, I don't know what's going on there. Again, I haven't read this yet, but there's some bizarre facial expressions there. Um, oh, this is neat. Look at these paired covers. That's pretty cool. Did I like the She-Hulk Disney Plus series? I didn't think it was nearly as bad as a lot of people said it was. Um, it wasn't my favorite, but I thought it actually did a pretty decent job in matching the feel of the classic John Byrne She-Hulk comic series from the 90s. She was breaking fourth walls before Deadpool was even a thing. Um, I don't. There were some parts of it I wasn't a huge fan of, but no, I didn't. I'll put it this way: unlike 90% of the internet, I didn't give a crap that she twerked with Megan Thee Stallion. I didn't. I don't know why people got so mad about that. I honestly don't understand why so many people got upset about that. I didn't think anything of it. Like, I'm not even saying I liked it. I literally didn't think anything of it. It was like, okay, well, that's the end of that episode. Next episode. And then I saw the internet and they just lost their absolute crap. And I don't get it. You want to see more of the Red Hulk live the ferocity? He's got some good storylines in the comics. I've enjoyed some of them. There's actually a whole series, a whole iteration of Thunderbolts led by the Red Hulk that had Elektra, Punisher, Deadpool, Ghost Rider, Venom, and the leader on the team. That was pretty awesome. She did. Ugh, that's outrageous. I need to see this for myself. That was a real scene. I thought that was edited. No, it was like a little like end of the episode scene. Like a lot of shows do like a little like scene at the end, and yeah, I mean whatever. Who cares? Only issue with She-Hulk is that she should have been proportionally equal muscle mass as Hulk, talking a real monster. Yeah, and she's never quite been that. She's never quite been that in the comics. Now, I don't. I mean, I will say they did make her seem a little stronger in the show than I expected. They made her out to be like on equal footing, or in some cases maybe even stronger footing than the Hulk. And that's never been the case. She's never been as strong as the Hulk, which in the comics I guess would kind of like lean into her like a little bit more of a standard figure. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it was a great. Here's the problem. I think there is a lot of people that dislike things for reasons that they claim are because of one reason, but it's actually because of another reason. And I'm just going to talk in code a little bit with that. I think a lot of you understand what I mean. Like they'll claim that they don't like things because of one reason, but it's actually because of a very different reason they just don't want to admit to. But at the same time, on the opposite end, there are people that will claim that anyone that doesn't like something doesn't like it because of that reason. People can also just not like things. What's going on, Jerry? Actually, I think that was a little bit too vague. That was a little bit too vague, and I don't like myself when I talk like that. I'm just gonna straight up say it. I think there's a lot of people that claim things are woke. Uh, that what they really mean is I don't like that because um, I, I don't like it when the focus is on women or other races. Um, but there's also people that can not like things just because they don't like them, not because they're a racist. I know you're not talking about people that are not me, or I know you're talking about people that are not me, but I imagine viewers of the stream assume you're talking about me right now. No, I would, what? No, no. It's like the Acolyte for Star Wars. Well, I know you were a fan of that series, Cheese. So don't take any offense to what I'm about to say. I think there's a lot of people that didn't like the Acolyte because it focused a lot on female characters and did not have male characters as the heroes. Um, and that's not a great reason, in my opinion, to not like something. However, there are a lot of people that didn't like it because of the story itself and how it treated the history of the Force and everything, and kind of soured the concept of Jedi as a whole. And I think that's a fair critique. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, that area. No, 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 no. That's not at all what I meant. I'm trying. Okay, here I'm going to go off on a little bit of a YouTube tangent here for a minute. So just bear with me. I understand that this is a Pokemon live stream and we're playing video games for fun, and these games are typically meant for, younger audience. But at the same time, I'm not on YouTube Kids, and I'm a 45-year-old man. And sometimes I roll my eyes and get annoyed at the self-censored crap that I see on YouTube sometimes. Let me give you an example. And you know what? This is going to be a little bit of a test because I want to see what actually happens if I do this. I've been wondering if I could do this for a while. So, if you guys have been around for a while, you know I like watching reaction videos too. Yeah, it's low hanging fruit, but I enjoy it. I've been watching some reaction videos of people watching television shows like Friends. Reaction videos of Friends, a television show that aired for 10 years on NBC, the broadcast network. And the reaction videos mute and censor the lines from the TV show that aired 30 years ago, that passed the FCC and were allowed to be said, but they still mute things because they're worried about the invisible censorship people or whatever. I also watch videos that don't censor anything, that say any words they want that want to come into their mouth. And you know what? Those air too, or those are on YouTube too, and they're not blacklisted or taken down or demonetized. I think a lot of the self censorship is just that, self censorship. And I I just I think it's silly. Like part if anyone's ever watched Friends before, it was a television show from the 90s. There's one character named Phoebe, and she was great and she was hilarious. And part of her thing that was like an ongoing joke kind of with her was her childhood growing up. She had such a terrible childhood, but it was played in such a way that it was actually really funny whenever she talked about it. And so like she's constantly talking about how when she was a kid, her mom killed herself. So I'm watching this comedy and I'm watching people react to this for the first time, and she talks about her mom killing herself, and they bleep it out. Like, what the heck? I don't know. I just think it's all silly. So I'm trying to be better at not censoring myself when it comes to stupid stuff like that. That's just my thing. Little rant over. Now let's see if I somehow get demonetized on the stream because I said she killed herself 3 times now. I don't know who that is, Mia. The one with the cuffs. The one with the when Chandler gets handcuffed to the filing cabinet. That was one of your funnier rants, to be honest. Funny, really. I was trying to be serious, but good. You watch Eric? What's Eric? Let's hope this doesn't work like Beetlejuice. Ari, you're so clever. I like you. You know what I mean, though? Like, there's literally the FCC, which is in charge of saying what you are and are not allowed to say on television. I just think it's so silly that something can pass that. Like, the government says you are allowed to say this, but for some reason people are scared to say it on YouTube. Eric makes content like, can I live in this grocery store for 24 hours? Could he? Did he survive the 24 hours? Was he able to find enough things to eat in the grocery store? Marcel is the best character in Friends. Marcel, that monkey had quite a day in the sun because, in fact, they even made an episode about this in the second season where Marcel was starring in Outbreak 2. I believe Marcel actually was the monkey in the original Outbreak movie. A lot of things that were okay to say in the 90s that definitely should not have been said. Well, I mean, if we're talking about saying things that disparage a group of people, I agree with you. If we're talking about things that are negative against groups of people, I getcha. But yeah, I think a lot of the self censorship stuff is just unnecessary. The phrase itself is triggering in an especially dangerous way. Um, are you talking about the phrase that I just used 3 times on this channel? Can't be mad at humor that was relevant in an era and judge it for modern times. I think I agree with that. I also think there's some things that I don't know. I think censorship is a trick. It's a slippery slope. Maybe it's too overly applied, but for the people who are triggered by it, it's a very dangerous thing. No, I understand. I understand the point you're making, Ari. I understand it, but all right. Here's kind of a hot take. Watch the sub count go down here quickly. It's one thing if people are trying to. No, I don't want to say it that way. How do I want to say this? I think sometimes, and I'm not talking about anybody here, but I think sometimes in general, especially on the internet, so much time is spent on focusing on not allowing people to say something that might offend someone or trigger them that the onus is put on the wrong person. Like, at what point does it stop being what I say upsets or offends someone and becomes you control what I'm allowed to say? And I mean that as a rhetorical question. I'm not looking for an answer. I don't think there is a right answer. But I think there are times where it does feel like the people that claim, I'm not saying that I'm not talking about the people that really are offended or really are triggered, but the people that claim offense or claim being triggered are controlling what people are allowed to do and say. And I don't like that. I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know what the happy medium is. But at what point does it become my responsibility to make sure that someone else is okay with what I say? Mamma Mia 2. There, yeah, there we go again. That is a good one, Razzie. Anyway, I'm just musing out loud while waiting for this dang Gardevoir to shine. Razzie took so long watching that She-Hulk scene, right? That's where he's been this entire time. Context is a big factor. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Context is a huge factor. Exactly. No, Baja, I 100% agree with you. It's all about context. All about context. I just think if I have the ability to not say something or say it with more care and sincerity in an effort to not inadvertently cause some harmful self thoughts in someone, I'll do it. Yeah, no, I totally get that, Ari. Alpha Paris and Parasect together are not China though. That's crazy. Two of them together like that. Like here's a genuine question. Just because I don't really play a lot of these games, so I don't watch a lot of these streams. If someone's playing like a Call of Duty or a Fortnite or something like that, and they get a new weapon, do they call it a pew pew? And if so, how do they say that with a straight face? See, I think context is key. Next week's gonna be tough without PLZA for you. I'm sorry, Mewtwo. Portable hole punch. That's actually really clever. Context of a shin game, no one with gun trauma is going to be in that environment. I suppose. I suppose not. The unexpected nature of a trigger. Exactly. I mean, that's the tough part. It is unexpected. Um, I mean, there could be people that are triggered by things that might not even consider. If you had suicidal ideation, you think you'd be safe in a Pokemon stream? Yeah, absolutely. Ask a hot question you can actually deny to ask. Yeah, sure. Why not, cheese? Today you wouldn't. All right, I will stop this line of discussion. I like the best sequel discussion. Yeah, that was a good one. All right, come on, Shiny. Have I leak peeked? No, I have not, cheese. Solosis looks like a bum. Oh my goodness. You open Pogo, taps a Punkaboo, and a shiny. Nice. I haven't gotten a shiny Punkaboo yet. Let me see if I got anything in the backyard. New season of My Hero Academia started last weekend. You're so happy? Good. I'm glad. No shiny, but I did find an Applin. Solosis is derpy. It is. I really like Reuniclus, though. Sito, what's going on? Good to see you. Yep. Community day later today. Just 3.5 hours away from me. I'm watching Demon Slayer. I heard that's a good one. This movie Babe trigger you. Oh my goodness. Haven't opened Pogo in months. Let's see if there's anything in the cornfield. Hope there's not a clown in the cornfield. When is this Gardevoir going to shine? Probably been about, let's see, 1.5, 2. Probably about 5 hours looking for this so far. Talking about Fortnite, they have this K-pop Demon Hunter mode, which is basically Horde mode, and it's amazing. But every time you play, you think of Chem Nation. Why is that? If I double check to make sure the gender is changing. I mean, we can. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't be changing. All right, that one's male. I think we're just over odds. These girls love that show, movie, whatever it is. Oh, okay. Things be finicky sometimes. Uh, yeah. I mean, I'll take your word for it. I mean, I don't know how I could have messed it up. There's like 20 Pokemon here. And there's a female. Yep, we're good. Hey, we hit our light goal. I think we need a new light goal of 45. Like how all over Tennessee game last night, they kept showing ads for Crown Jewel wrestling thing, and all you thought was, but Razzie's excited for that? I, that wouldn't surprise me. Razzie is an excitable person. Saving, yeah, okay, yeah. If I save twice, yeah, that totally would mess it up. Light goal 45. Thank you very much, John Streckert. I like the number 45. It's a good number of likes. Crown Jewel is good. Cena versus Styles was phenomenal. I've been playing Fortnite every so often with Ricky, and there's or was maybe still a Daft Punk collaboration event. Oh, that's cool. Gage Perez, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Coming out this Thursday. How you been? Gage Perez, everybody. You pulled a cool looking Mewtwo on your other account. Very nice. Congratulations, Mewtwo. How's work going, man? Yeah, just kind of killing time between now and Thursday when the game comes out. So I decided I'd do some Shalfa hunts. So hoping to get this Gardevoir to pop. Yesterday off stream, when no one was watching, I got myself a Shalfa Ursa ring and a Shalfa Ralts. No shinies. You took the Score Bunny and the Miltank though. Good choices. All right. Speaking of Pocket, I think we should go ahead and open up some packs. What do you think? Let's open up some packs. See if we can get the immersive or the gold card or maybe even that shiny Darkrai. We'll do it after this check. Gage, I personally have been trying to stay away from the leaks. Um, but a few things have obviously slipped through as they always do. Um, there's a couple of things. There's a couple of specific things I wouldn't mind knowing about the game, but I'm also kind of like scared to ask because I'm afraid I'll find out more than I want to. But all right, let's open up some packs. Big Cheese has been leak peeking. Raz, have you personally been viewing any and all leaks? Um, then I might DM you a couple questions I have. All right, let's see if we get something here. We got Jumpluff, Bidoof, Type Null, and Celebi. Yeah, that's gonna be tough for you next week, Mewtwo. I don't envy you. You're looking for something in particular? Yeah, I mean I think it might be similar things. I will DM you later. Delphox, that's a good call, Gage. I like that one. All right, let's open up a few more packs. Razzy's your favorite leaker. Razzie is fantastic at taking leaks. I mean sharing leaks. I was gonna say, Gage, you used to have a big problem with Delphox, especially male Delphox. All right, here we go. We got Tinkatuff, Jinx, Fanpy. Ooh, foil, but that's a dupe. And Beedrill. And we'll open up one more pack. I don't want to use up all my hourglasses. Forgot to open last night. You were up and out late. Uh-oh. I still think my favorite is got to be a toss-up between Halucha and Malamar. 6 megas at once, that would be crazy. Ooh, yes. Let's see this one. Let's flip it around and let's pop it open. We got Rockruff, Leaf, Monferno, Monferno foil, nice, and Aerodactyl. Okay, well, at least we got one new foil. I really like Chestnut a lot too, John Strecker. That one's a really good one. I can't say that there's any of the new ones that I hate. You look kind of like Rockruff. I was thinking the same thing, Ari. All right, I'm gonna run to the little streamers room real quick. So first off, let's go back to this overlay. And then let's pull this up. And I'll be right back. Aries in charge. Okay, I'm back. Let's get back to it. Good morning, Carly May. Or I guess good afternoon. Lobo Gaming, you absolute legend. What's going on? Some people told me I look kind of like Turtonator. You know what, Gage? I always knew you looked familiar, but I could never place it till now. I totally see it. Thank you, Mewtwo. Thank you, John. Mega Greninja's pretty nice too. Yeah, I think they all look pretty nice. It's gonna be tough for me personally. It's gonna be tough for something to beat Malamar or Halucha though. We woke up 40 minutes before your alarm. That's too early. Thank you, Baja. Debating whether you should call in sick on Thursday. I'm taking Thursday and Friday off. I will be doing the midnight release at GameStop, then going home, trying to go to sleep, but probably end up playing till about 1 or 2 o'clock, and then going to sleep, and then waking up the next morning and continue playing. Ashwat MMOs should be in the Alabaster Icelands, I believe. You were able to join streams early because I thought you were here early, Ari. Halucha is gonna be a winner for you too. Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. Mega Malamar looks too thin for you. I kind of like that though. You'll be working from home on Thursday. I will not be working from home. YouTube is so fickle. I don't get it. Tell me why I never get sick, but I'm the most sick I've been forever 3 days before a new Pokemon game. Why does the world hate you so? Carly, please. Have you had your special soup? Basically, it looks like you, so you'll probably like it too. Couldn't take any time off. Took too much time lately for the wedding and the wife's birthday. I mean, Jerry, really, you should have had your priorities in order. If you have to choose between a friend's wedding, your wife's birthday, and a new Pokemon game, I think you know it should have been top priority. You low key, you might try and take off Thursday too. Yeah, I had to. I had to. Home from Wednesday night until Wednesday morning. Nice, a whole week, Razzie. That's awesome. Didn't have your special soup. You should have had it yesterday before it got too bad. Carly, you should have. Imagine walking around Lumios and running into a random elf on the street. That would be super scary. Thursday night after class. Yeah, I don't think I'll be streaming on Thursday or Friday. I think I'll just take those 2 days like to be like just on my own playing through the game, and then we'll be streaming next Saturday. Won't know until then if we'll be still like mid game or if we'll be like post game and doing some shiny hunting. But it's exciting. It's exciting. First new Pokemon game in 3 years. FT, I'm currently 22 kilometers into a 30-kilometer run. You currently want to die. That is all. Oh my gosh, shinies. Well, I'm proud of you. That's ridiculous. I would never do that. But the fact that you are doing it is impressive. You leaked the Starter Evos on your Discord. Oh my gosh. Please don't be promoting other Discords on my channel. Carly, I'm not going to be doing perms. I'm not going to be doing permutations because that's a silly thing that you would say. 5 zones, so you probably take as much as PLA. Did they really say 5 zones? Okay. Post game by Saturday, you need to calm down. I mean, that's basically all I'm going to be doing on Friday and Saturday. Hollow Knight solo blind playthrough. Ooh. I need to get back on Hollow Knight at some point. Maybe. Oh no, by the time I'm done with ZA. See, after ZA, I wanted to get the Kirby and Forgotten World Starcross Lovers, or whatever it's called. And then before Christmas, Metroid Prime 4 comes out. So maybe after the new year, I'll get back into Hollow Knight. Big Badinky Bones, what's up? That is true, shinies. That's a very true point. One day you'll convince me to try perms. I mean, anything's possible. Kirby and the Forgotten Jack and Rose. That's right. Here's a little ditty about Jack and Rose. Final Fantasy Tactics and Silk Song. Sweet. Is that the new Final Fantasy Tactics? Think I'd suit a perm. Well, I don't know if he still has it. I don't see OND, but according to OND's most recent profile picture, a perm would not look good on me. Oh, he's actually running, Jerry. He's a running fool. Little ditty about Jack and Diane. Two American kids growing up best they can. You've got a Chikorita right now, or you got a Chikorita now. Did he really? Is he serious? I can't tell, Ari, if you and Razzie are joking or not. Are there really starter evolutions in Razzie's Discord? In the Heartlands, that's right. Growing up in the Heartlands. Sorry, all I've heard from that song for the last 2 years is the line about sucking chili dogs. There are. Oh, I wish I did not know that. It's gonna be tough staying away from that for the next 4 days. And now I can't even look at my DMs. Thanks a lot, Razzie. So many chili dogs. I could go for a chili dog. You check they're there. Gosh, I'm just gonna have to stay off of Discord altogether now. Shout out Carly May. I'm not sure if Carly May deserves a shout out. She probably does. Discord's now ruined forever. What about chili dogs? You don't have chili, just dogs. Your Discord has no spoilers or leaks. What? Why? Because he knows you don't want spoilers just out there spoiling, right? How rude. I was thinking about at everyone last night, but you're glad you didn't know. Oh my gosh, that would have been like a whole debacle. Razzie, imagine if you did a completely inappropriate at everyone and then went to bed, and for 8 hours, everyone on your server just like completely blasted you in general chat. And then you woke up, and instead of apologizing, you just doubled down on it. That'd be crazy. But I know you would never do that. Is there a story here? I think you know exactly what story I'm talking about. I feel like we're missing content. You were there too, Carly. How can I possibly be this vague? I try and toe a line between being vague enough that people that aren't aware don't know what I'm talking about, but people that participated know exactly what I'm talking about. Carly, all I will say is that my favorite Rotom form is the fan. In fact, that's the only form I like is the fan. You pulled the immersive Pikachu. I'm so jealous, Kiro. I'm so jealous, but congratulations. Sounds like wizard shenanigans, right? Exactly, Ari. That would be the entire server. Just tridents and flames. The starters are huntable. Will anyone go for one? Asking for. Oh, I'm totally going to go for the starters if they're huntable. Just the fan that kind of blows. Well, I just think it's the best of all of them. You want a Darkrai? Well, Kiro, we don't always get what we want. But if you try real hard, sometimes you'll get what you need. There are no torches and pitchforks. I know, that's what makes it hilarious, Eric, because I know you're going for torches and pitchforks, but we ended up with tridents and flames, and I love that. I think we should make tridents and flames a new thing. Unless you're European, then there's torches. Did your crush open your packs the other day? She pulled immersive Pikachu. It's kismet. You guys are destined to be together, Baja. Rotom fan form is fun to use in pocket. Is it really? I am terrible at battling or putting together decks, especially with Will. Flashlight and cutlery. I like that message, Carly. It's just one of those things that, like, given the context, I totally get it. But without any context, it's just a very nice, good-natured string of random words. Like no, like just good, pure humor. Just a random flashlight and cutlery message. Careful, guys. There's a disgruntled mob outside. Nothing good-natured about it. Well, what's wrong with flashlight and cutlery? It's not good, but it's fun when your coin tosses are heads. Okay. Your game glitched. You logged in again. You saw another immersive Pikachu at the top of your recents. What? Are you saying you have two immersive Pikachus? That's a good question, Cheese. See, that's taking a good-natured message and making it not so good-natured. Don't know what to do with them. Gimme. Gimme is what you do with it. You have no power here, Carly the Gray. Still haven't gotten a full art Professor Oak. Me either. I've gotten one full art person, and that's Lucamine, which is pretty awesome. You could spoon or knife, but why flashing the flashlight at the same time? To see what you're spooning or knifing. I mean, without the flashlight, you don't know what you're hitting. Oh my gosh, Ari, too adorable. Got the immersive Guzma and Lily. I'm jealous of the Guzma. I do have a couple of lilies. I haven't gotten the Guzma yet. I think I end up with two or three lilies. Oh, you got the Lucamine? Nice, Lobo. Yeah, and I got the Giratina on Friday, which is pretty sweet. Kieran, get out of here. Kieran, you're just banned. Will I open your DM Thursday? Well, I will open the DM after I get all three starters and evolve them to their final form. Whatever, old man. What does me being old have to do with not wanting to be spoiled? I'm going to be so upset. I typically am. When it comes to DMs from Razzie, I am typically upset. Pokepuss, what's going on? Good to see you. Saw a tweet where some kid raged that he learned he couldn't use home the day ZA drops. Yeah, because he's a kid, and this is obviously the first time he's ever had a new game release. There's never home compatibility on day one. It's always months later. You're hurt? Well, I'm hurt about you calling me old man. So how do we square that? Yeah, I'm resetting for the shiny Gardevoir. Feelings regenerate twice the rate of your average man. Your feelings regenerate at the speed of a man and another man and a baby. Jess, good morning. Hope work's going well. What was that, Razzie? What was that joke? What was that whole situation where Dwight Dwight was talking about how like he absorbed his twin, and so now he has the strength of a man and a baby? You wish multiple humans were called human? I would like that too. Pokepuss, great question. Typically, that is what happens, except when there is a massive mass outbreak overriding the static alpha Pokemon. So in this case, what happened was there's a massive mass outbreak of what was it? It was Ghastlies. There's a massive mass outbreak of Ghastlies right where I'm standing. And I caught or KO'd all the Ghastlies until the outbreak was gone. Then I saved the game, reset the game, and now the Alpha Gardevoir is showing up. I still love when he says to the guy, "May you have the strength of 10 full grown men." You didn't know the home thing. You're feeling Satan attack when you heard no home on release day. See, Baja, that's because you have a mature reaction to things. Community Day got 7 shinies. Nice. Good job. When my mother was pregnant with me, they did an ultrasound and found that she was having twins. When they did another ultrasound a few weeks later, they discovered that I had resorbed the other fetus. Do I regret this? No. I believe his tissues have made me stronger. I know the strength of a grown man and a little baby. I love that so much. Might also shiny hunt? Do it. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Like typically, like once you enter a map, all the spawns are set. If they're shiny, they're always gonna be shiny. If they're not shiny, they're never gonna be shiny. But in this case, if an outbreak is sitting on top of where a alpha usually spawns, then you can KO the outbreak, reset the game, and shiny hunt for the alpha that way. Yeah, Slowpoke, I got my Poliwhirl hoodie on, my Good Luck Poliwhirl hoodie. Still bounce around and call cows field puppies when you drive past them. Field puppies is amazing. I love it. Sweatherwetter. Am I gonna get the Dwight Magic the Gathering cards? I'm not. The regret line's so funny. Do you regret what you did in utero? In utero. That's a good album. So yeah, Carly, last night I got the Alpha Ursaring, and then when I was working on perfecting the decks for the Gardevoir, I found a random Shelfa Ralts. Pasture puppies, that's a good one too. Ari calls them cows. I'm a lazy person by nature, so I typically go with the name that has the least amount of syllables. Yeah, it's an office quote. Dwight. That's why I prompted this thing by saying, "Hey Razzie, what was that line that Dwight said? Something about reabsorbing his twin." But you know what? I do believe in my heart of hearts that Razzie does have the strength of a grown man and a little baby. Milkhound. That's crazy. Thank you all for hanging out with me. And you guys are actually hanging out with me. The average view duration is wild today. You definitely have the strength of a grown man and a baby, just at different times. Gotcha. Moo goats. That's a good one. I'm gonna have chicken patty sandwiches for lunch, and I'm excited because I have brioche buns. I have the strength of that guy on the cover of today's comic book, the Hulk. No, 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 no. The synopsis of Grandma's Boy copied. Oh my gosh, Grandma's Boy. Like Leo said in Wolf of Wall Street, I'm not friggin' leaving, bro. That's right, Razzie. Is that expensive piece? Is what expensive? What? Am I gonna have longer streams this weekend? John Strecker, that's a good question. Um, I think it depends on what's going on in the game by next Saturday morning. Now, when Scarlet and Violet came out, I did stream my first playthrough on stream, and that weekend we were doing like 8, 9 hour streams. I'm not going to be streaming on Thursday and Friday. So I'll say this: more than likely, next weekend streams will be longer than 3 hours. How much longer? I don't know yet. It's really going to depend on how much I'm enjoying the game. Can't wait to have robot legs. Me either. 6 more battles. You got another 10 pack. Sweet. Yeah, the script of Grandmother's Boy memorized. That's crazy. Do I remember the whole poker app when I was young? I never knew the entire poker app. The last section, the fifth of the 5 sections, I always had memorized. Um, but no, I was more focused on memorizing the deck's order than the poker app. Years ago, you were talking with Razzie about the story you've been writing on and off for like 10 years, and he was like, "Oh, I've been wanting to write a story too. Actually, let me know what you think." And then did he just send you the Grandma's Boy script? Is that what happened? Yeah, Charmeleon, War Turtle, Mewtwo, Tentacruel, Aerodactyl, Omanite, Slowpoke, Pidgeot, Arbok. That's all, folks. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Did I hint at a 24-hour stream? I did no such thing. Um, there's some other random sections of the Poker Rap, like, that are still buried deep in my mind. But no, I always just memorized the Pokedex. So like, if people are like, okay, name all the Pokemon back in 1999, instead of singing the Pokedex, I go Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmeleon, I go Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charizard. What am I? Wow, wow. All right, we're gonna edit that part out. Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Squirtle, Retortle, Blastoise, Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill, Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot, Rattle, Eradicate, Spearow, Fearow, Ekans, Arbok, Pikachu, Raichu, Sandshrew, Sandslash, Nidoran, Nidorino, Nidoqueen, Nidoran, Nidorino, Nidoking, Clefairy, Clefable, Volvix, Ninetales, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Zubat, Golbat, Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume, Paris, Parasect, Venonat, Venomoth, Diglett, Dugtrio, Meowth, Persian, Psyduck, Golduck, Growlithe, Arcanine, Mankey, Primate, Growlithe, Arcanine, Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, Abracadabra, Alakazam, Machop, Machoke, Machamp, Bellsprout, Weeping Bell, Victory Bell, Tentacool, Tentacruel, Geodude, Graveler, Golem, Ponyta, Rapidash, Slowpoke, Slowbro, Farfetch'd, Doduo, Dodrio, Seal, Dugong, Growlithe, Muck, Grimer, Muck, Gastly, Hunter, Gengar, Onyx, Drowsy, Hypno, Krabby, Kingler, Voltorb, Electrode, Execute, Executor, Cubone, Marowak, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Lickitung, Coughing, Wheezing, Rhyhorn, Rhydon, Chansey, Tangela, Kangaskhan, Horsey, Seadra, Goldeen, Sea King, Staryu, Starmie, Mr. Mime, Scyther, Jinx, Electabuzz, Magmar, Pinsir, Tauros, Magikarp, Gyarados, Lapras, Ditto, Eevee, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Porygon, Omanite, Omastar, Kabuto, Kabutops, Aerodactyl, Snorlax, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite, Mewtwo, Mew. Yeah, Coughing and Wheezing were in between. Um, it was Coughing and Wheezing was before Lickitung, weren't they? Can I hunt you a shiny alpha Petalil so you can have it before you beat the game? I Yeah, I'm currently working on hunting for an alpha Gardevoir for myself. Starting again from the top. I actually kind of want to, Carly, because I haven't done it in a while, and I'm a little annoyed at myself for making a few mistakes there. Quasar, what's going on? Good to see you. All right. All right, here we go again. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again because everyone likes it when I repeat things. Last few, please. Yeah, yo, this sounds awesome. Hey, wait a second. Oh, with Grandma's Boy. Am I gonna make the home video? Maybe. All right, here we go. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right this time, and faster. I'm gonna do it right and faster. You forgot you're going hiking today, Jerry. How do you forget you're going hiking? Games the other day drops. Then you have school next week, so you can play as much as you want. Nice. All right. Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Squirtle, Retortle, Blastoise, Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill, Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot, Raticate, Spearow, Fearow, Ekans, Arbok, Pikachu, Raichu, Sandshrew, Sandslash, Nidoran, Nidorino, Nidoqueen, Nidoran, Nidorino, Nidoking, Clefairy, Clefable, Vulpix, Ninetales, Jigglypuff, Wigglytuff, Zubat, Golbat, Oddish Gloom, Vileplume, Paris, Parasect, Venonat, Venomoth, Diglett, Dugtrio, Meowth, Persian, Psyduck, Golduck, Mankey, Primeite, Growlithe, Arcanine, Poliwhirl, Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, Abracadabra, Alakazam, Machop, Machoke, Machamp, Bellsprout, Weepinbell, Victory Bell, Tentacool, Tentacruel, Geodude, Graveler, Golem, Ponyta, Rapidash, Slowpoke, Slowbro, uh, Magnemite, Magneton, Farfetch'd, Doduo, Dodrio. That's what threw me off. I forgot about Magnemite, Magneton. Sinnoh, Dugong, Grimer, Muck, Shelter, Cloyster, Ghastly Hunter, Gengar, Onyx, Drowsy, Hypno, Krabby, Kingler, Voltorb, Electrode, Execute, Executor, Cubone, Marowak, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Coughing, Wheezing, Lickitung. Maybe no. I think Lickitung does come after Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Lickitung, Coughing, Wheezing, Rhyhorn, Rhydon, Chansey, Tangela, Kangaskhan, Horsey, Seadra, Golden Seeking, Staryu, Starmie, Mr. Mime, Scyther, Jinx, Electabuzz, Magmar, Pinsir, Tauros, Magikarp, Gyarados, Lapras, Eevee, Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Porygon, Omanite, Omastar, Kabuto, Kabutops, Aerodactyl, Snorlax, Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Dratini, Dragonair, Dragonite, Mewtwo, Mew. There we go. That felt better. Not perfect, but better. Using Totodile, best choice for you. 37% doing Totodile. No, I'm not doing it a third time. That's just crazy. 31 people in the chat right now. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Hassan, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Now name 20 presidents in any order. Okay, Washington, Adams, Quincy Adams, Madison, um, Kennedy, Nixon, Bush, W. Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden, Reagan, Carter, Johnson, Jackson, Lincoln, Fillmore, Coolidge, Truman, Eisenhower. Good Bravo. Brandon, what's going on? Good to see you. Yep, the actor. That's right. Ronald Reagan was a teak. No, I did say Carter. I said Carter. Forgot Hefty 517. Not president. Not president. I forgot Ford as well. Well, I also forgot, like, 28 others, but I'll need to go back later to confirm because if not, so help me. I did. I said Carter. It was one of the last ones I said, but I did say Carter. And I did miss Hoover too. Can't wait for Legends of the Eight to drop on Thursday, right? I'll be going to the midnight release party. Name all the British Prime Ministers. All right, you ready? Every single British Prime Minister. Here we go. Margaret Thatcher, The end. You won't be part of the midnight release because you're getting the Switch 2 bundle. Oh, nice. Can Kieran or Carly fact check me on that? Did I get all the prime ministers correct? Greninja the Gray, you did subscribe. I see that sub count just went up. Thank you so much. I don't know why you're subscribing to this nonsense, but I appreciate you. Tony Blair, I mean, if you want to go for bonus points, I guess. He thinks I know all the prime ministers. LOL, Carly doesn't know more than one prime minister. You laughed so hard that Margaret Thatcher into a long pause. I mean, there's a couple others I could have said, but like the more I thought about it, I thought just dropping one and then being stumped was like the funnier punchline. If you call it Fruity Pebbles and Golden Oreos, that sounds delicious. Who's my favorite Pokemon? It is this little guy right here. Also, this guy right here. Also, this guy right here. Poliwhirl. Poliwhirl is my favorite Pokemon. I'm going to assume that your favorite Pokemon is Greninja. Again, the physical copy, you like to be able to hold the game. Same here. 20 American First Ladies. Ooh. Ooh. That was really good comedy. Thank you, Razzie. I'm about 50-50 on whether or not I can name 20 First Ladies. Name a woman. My mom. First Ladies, which is like the wives of the American presidents. They're referred to as the First Ladies. Yeah, I'm like 50-50 on whether I can name 20. I think I could name 10, no problem. No, actually, I think I'm probably about 30-70 on whether I could name 20. JK, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Miss you. Hey, miss you too, buddy. Hunting for your favorite Pokemon Shiny Alpha form. Yes, I started this hunt last night off stream, and I just want to keep going. So I thought that that's what we do today. Marilyn Monroe, that is a woman. Can't believe all the things Nick got uncomfortable with on stream is when we said name a woman for $1, and it took him forever to name one. Do I like Poliwrath as much as Poliwhirl? Do I prefer Poliwhirl? I prefer Poliwhirl, but I do prefer Poliwrath over Politoad. Jackie O, Michelle O, Melania Trumpo. Carly, that's actually pretty good. One of your favorite German 985 moments is when he's listening to History's Greatest Artists and he goes, Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, as if you need 3 people. That's hilarious. Michelangelo, Leonardo, da Vinci. That's pretty good. The only 3 you know. There's also Laura. And there's Barbara. And there's Nancy. And there is Mary Todd. Do I think Carly is an American First Lady? I don't believe she is. However, I think she would be a great First Lady. I know my way around a bush, Razzie. Lincoln's wife, Mary Todd. Yep, Hillary. Hillary's another one. Yeah, I know. How come none of the polyline has a mega? What's up with that? Listing Stranger Things characters. That's true. My favorite Stranger Things character is Mary Todd. You hate that sentence. Well, stop setting me up for responses like that. You're not baiting me. Seems like you are. What if Vecna is just Barb really ticked off? Poor Barb. First ladies give you trust issues after Michelle turned your pizza into cardboard, right? How about it? Am I excited for Legends of the I am. I can't believe it's only a few days away. Shinies, I can't libel you if I'm live streaming. It would be slander. I would have to type it in the chat, and I would have no reason to do that for it to be libel. Do we know she's for sure dead? I mean, they did find her body at the end of the first season. Jamie Oliver is the British Michelle Obama. That's a funny thought. Oh, that's what you're referring to, Shinies. Yeah, the liable was that I said it would be a good time. Finally get to order your Legends pre-order your Legends Z8 later today. Nice, JK. Are you going to be getting any good pre-order bonuses, or does that not matter to you? Audino got a Mega, right? And before ZA, Audino was the only Gen 5. Wait, is it still the only Gen 5 Pokemon with a Mega? They haven't announced any Gen 5 new Gen 5 Megas. I don't know what any of the leaks say, and I'm not asking anyone to say anything, but officially, with all the official information that's come out about the game, Audino is still the only Gen 5 with a Mega. I found Shiny Tangela out of nowhere one time in Legends Arceus. Don't know how it happened, but you caught it. Sweet. Love it when that happens. Digital version, so you get the 100 Pokeball gift. Nice. Gotcha. Guaranteed Ralts with Gardevoir, right? There you go. Yeah, Haxorus, no Mega. Unovan starters got Megas. No, they didn't. Yeah, maybe Embor, but that's not official. Are you thinking of Kalos? You got confused. It's a confusing time. It's a I mean, and I'm not saying that like sarcastically. Like, how? Okay, raise your hand. I'm gonna be the first one to raise my hand. If you get confused talking about the ZA starters, meaning either Tepig, Totodile, and Chikorita, or if you think of the three Kalos starters, I've made that confusion quite a few times. When people are talking about, oh, did you see the new starter megas? And I'm like, wait, what? And then I'm like, oh, the Kalos starters. And then I talk about, did you see the new starter megas? And people have like been like, wait, what? 10 generations is a lot to remember. It really is. Confuse the Gen 5 stars in a Kalos game. Yeah, exactly. It's confusing. We live in confusing times. You explain it, I'm still confused, right? You're not the world's most passionate guy. Is that a song lyric? That sounds like a song lyric. You have forgotten the fire starter's Tepig, right? Pokemon X and Y are your favorite games of all time. I enjoy X and Y. I can't claim they're my favorites of all time, but I do think I enjoy them a lot more than I feel like the internet gives them credit for. Twisted Firestarter. Carly May. I love Prodigy. I was living in Germany when the Prodigy came out with Firestarter. That was a big deal. Saw that video a lot on I forget what the British MTV channel was called. It might have just been called like MTV UK or something. But I watched that video so many times. And then, like a few months before I moved back to the States, they came out with um, Breathe. You saw one of them shopping in a Tesco once? That's awesome. I guess that's better than seeing one of them working in a Tesco. Yeah, Carly, I don't think we've ever really talked too much about this. I lived in Germany from 94 to 97. So a lot of the stuff that was popular in the UK slash Europe, I was kind of um uh like I got to see it. I can't remember what I was trying to say there. There was a better term I was trying to say. But like, okay, perfect example. I lived through the Macarena twice, and I lived through the Spice Girls twice. Once in Europe, and then when I for the Macarena, it was when I went to visit the U.S. over summer. They had just gotten the Macarena, and then when I moved back to the U.S. in '97, they had just discovered the Spice Girls. So Spice Girls, I went through their biggest hits for about 2 straight years. First firefighting starters actually Blastoise, Airy. I love that. You can never live through too much Spice. You can, Airy. Carly, maybe yeah, I don't know why I just called you Airy. You're both wonderful women. Carly, maybe you can't. Maybe as a young teen female in the UK, you couldn't live through enough Spice Girls, but as a 16 slash 17-year-old man, yes, there is such a thing as too much Spice Girls. The song was Lola by the Kicks. Oh, Kinks. Okay, yep. Okay, it is Lola. Yep, I knew that was a lyric. Favorite Kalos starter? My favorite Kalos starter is Fennekin, but I love all three of them. Prodigy is great. Warriors Dance is a good song. So is Wild Frontier. Those are good. I got okay. Here's the story. I got in so much trouble. I got in so much trouble by my parents. You were not okay. Sorry, Carly. I knew there was an age difference between the two of us. I just couldn't remember how many years. Uh, gosh, I honestly wasn't trying to make you feel old there, which is odd because you always anyway. So when the Prodigy came out with the album, I'm blanking on the name. What's the name of the album? Okay. When the Prodigy came out with the album Fat of the Land, I really wanted it. And my family members are always like looking for things to get me like for my birthday. And like I never had like a really good answer. But I really wanted that album. I wanted that CD. And so my grandma was like, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I was like, "Well, there's a music album by a group called The Prodigy, and the album's called Fat of the Land." So my grandma got me that album for my birthday, and she gave it to me, and I was very thankful. And later on that day, my dad had to have a conversation with me, and was like, "Hefty, don't you ever ask your grandmother for a gift like this again." And I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And then later on, I realized, see, what track number is it? If anybody is familiar with the Fat of the Land, um, there's a track number. It also was a single. It was track number. Oh, that's lovely. It was track number one. Track number one on Fat of the Land. Yeah, I think a couple people in chat know what song I'm talking about. I didn't know. I had not heard that song yet. I was not aware that a song name exactly Baja. Exactly. I didn't know that was going to be a song on the album. So my poor grandmother's at the store buying this album, and the first track on the album, it has a naughty word in it. And not just a naughty word, it's actually a very, very inappropriate phrase. Twilight, what's going on? Good to see you. But I'm sure I was not the only kid in the world that ever had a family member buy them an album that had a song on it with an inappropriate name. What album? Fat of the Land by The Prodigy. Did I at least get Thriller? That was a little bit before my time. It did come with a sticker though, which was pretty awesome. It came with a band sticker that I put on my CD case. Got the Marshall Mathers LP at 13. Nice. No, she didn't listen to it. Who does that? Is that a UK thing? Do you like open up CDs and listen to them before gifting them as presents? That's weird, Carly. Was still shrink wrapped. First CDs were Disturb, The Sickness, and Alien Ant Farm. That's a great album. Anthology, that's a great album. Don't tarnish us all with Carly's brush. Might have been an American thing. Yeah, us Americans, like, hey, I bought you this thing. I bought you this thing. I went ahead and I opened it and used it for a while. And then I threw it back in the thing that it came in, and now here you go. Here it is. Here's your present. That's what us Americans do. It's like not quite a secondhand gift, but it's not quite new. Yeah, I agree, Mia. I like Alien Ant Farm a lot. They had some good songs. I still bop my head to movies like no one's business. When you were 12, you thought the song about fish sticks from South Park was so funny that you printed the lyrics and you forgot about them in a printer before school. Oh my goodness, Ari. You know what? Now that you mention it, that is coming back to me. Explains why the 7-Eleven guy took a sip of your drink before handing it over. Exactly. Smart thing to open the consoles first and update them, and then check for quality for 3 hours the day before Christmas when the kids are asleep. Yeah. Although back in the day when I was getting consoles for Christmas, there's no update them. There's no updating. It just was what it was. Remember when you used to be able to buy a video game and it was just ready to go straight out of the box? There's no having to wait around for like a 3 hour update in order to start it up. Uh, One hit wonder. She's not very bright. That's a rude thing to say about your friend. Yeah, I mean, Alien Ant Farm by definition had at least two singles. I know that movies and their cover of Smooth Criminal were both singles. Zed, what's going on? Welcome in. Your mom was a huge Kanye fan when she was little, and of course, he has some wild lines she had to awkwardly explain to you. You were a curious child. I could see you being a curious child, Twilight, way back when you were a youngin'. I'm so bright. I'm not. I'm not. I just pretend to be. You're so concerned. You're just like, ha, funny fish and Kanye West, no brain cells. I hear that. Oh, Fableland. I kind of want to go down like a rabbit hole on YouTube this afternoon with music now. Um, we did hit our like goal though. My goodness gracious, you guys are killing it today. Can we try for a like goal of 55? I don't know if we're going to hit it, but we don't know unless we try. Finally beat Pokemon X story. Now you see where the ZA comes from. Yeah. How about it, Zed? If you just met yesterday, it wouldn't be your friendship. My goodness. You like how he embraced the gay fish lifestyle? I don't know much about the man, to be honest. I know I do like that one Streetlights song. That is something I do know about Kanye. And if you've known me for a while, you're probably thinking, okay, that doesn't surprise me that you don't know much about Kanye. And it doesn't surprise me that there's like one song of his that you like. But you're probably wondering how the heck I heard that song in the first place. Like where would I have picked up Streetlights? That's probably what you're wondering. And I'll tell you, because I'm a YouTube live streamer and therefore I have no shame. The first time I heard that song was on an episode of Grey's Anatomy. Uh, and I liked it, so I looked it up. And then I was like, oh, that's Kanye. Okay. Find out how they named the ranking system after a guy. Maybe it had something to do with it. Wait, which ranking system? It's wild they're still making that show. I haven't watched it since 2020. Yeah, Streetlights is from 808s and Heartbreaks. Yeah, I did know that after I did the research. Oh, ZA. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. Good Life. I'm not familiar with that song. I mean, honestly, the only two songs I could name by him would be Streetlights and Gold Digger. And I mean, of course I know Gold Digger. I mean, that was on the radio nonstop for like a year. Yeah, everybody knows that song. Full Floor EX cards, great God Pack. Oh, come on, Slowpoke. What the heck? You got a God Pack. I want to see pictures. Pixar didn't happen. You're having a hard time remembering that song? What, Gold Digger? Yeah, exactly, Quasar. Yeah, it's pretty. It can't be a coincidence. I wonder. Don't know that one. Why did that get hidden? YouTube. Feature on an episode of Entourage where Kanye guest starred. I watched. I think I watched the first season of Entourage. I don't know. It was a little. It was a little too dude bro for me. An interesting being. He's something. Gonna go ballistic. My goodness gracious. AZ reminds you how you feel when you stand next to your friend who's an inch taller. Okay, so canonically, do we know if his name is AZ or is it Az? You know, why is he so tall anyway? Rory Gold is funny too at times. Yeah, that's he's a funny actor. They say AZ. You always said Az until your streamer friend said AZ. I remember when they first announced Legend ZA, like in the trailer. I'm talking about when they first announced it, like when the trailer was happening. I thought it was going to be called Pokemon Z Lambda because it looked like the A actually isn't an A. It's a lambda with a slash going through it to make like the A cross. And so I thought it was. I honestly thought it was going to be. I guess not Lambda. It would be Zeta Lambda, wouldn't it? Or is it Xi? What? Hold on. Well, I'm looking this up. Why don't you guys start naming the Pokemon plush? Zeta Lambda. I thought it was gonna be Zeta Lambda. All right, it is not Mudkip, not Entei, not Cutiefly, not Ralts, not Heracross, not Pikachu. Um, yeah, I agree, me. I think we'll definitely learn more about the tall man in this game. Not Rowlet, not Charizard, not Giratina, not Crobat, not Wooper, not Meloetta, not Rowlet, not Slowpoke, not Vulpix, not Diancie, not Poliwag, not Pukumuku. Lambda is the best fraternity, right? The Trilams. Not Clodsire, not Executor, not Cacnean, not Growlithe. I'll give you guys your first clue. Not Timpole. Your first clue is this is a fighting type Pokemon. Not Bagon, not Meowth. Just didn't stop getting taller over the years. Maybe he just never stopped growing. Not Darkrai, not Lunatone, not Arcanine, not Mienfoo, not Lucario, not Top, not Hitmonchan, not Tyrogue, not Hitmontop, not Hitmonchan, not Hitmonlee, not Riolu, not Riolu, not Halucha, not Sock, not Makuhita, not Scorbunny, not Terrakion, not Throw, not Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr, is that right? Not Machoke, not Marshtomp, not Virizion, not Cubfu. I would love to have a Cubfu though. Not Timber, not Marshadow. I was wondering about that Airy. Not Ash, not Cobalion, not Urshifu. It's Conkeldurr. Thank you, Twilight. It's not Machop, not Keldeo, not Lucario. I'll give you guys another clue. One of you in the chat has already named another Pokemon in the same evolution line. Not Mankey, not Machamp, not Primeapple, not Girder, not Tyrogue, not Machop, not Toxicroak. But John Streckert coming in with the correct answer. It is, in fact, Poliwrath. Aries said Poliwag earlier. And it is indeed Poliwrath, the first water fighting type, and the only water fighting type until Keldeo came along. And those two were the only two water fighting types until Single Strike Urshifu? No, Rapid Strike Urshifu came along. One of the Urshifus. But yeah, good job. Good job. Everyone, good job on the mini games today. Rapid, thank you, Twilight. Kind of like the Rapids, right? That's how I should remember it. It's Rapid Strike because the Rapids are water. One of the Urshi twins, exactly. Do you get a half a cool point for Keldeo? You sure do, Mewtwo. In fact, I'll even give you 2/3 of a cool point. Crabominable is ice fighting. Surging Strikes is a multi-hit move, but Wicked Blow is a single strike. That's how you remember. I'm going to remember it by Rapids. Rapids are water, therefore Rapid Strike is water. But then again, Twilight knows a lot more about the actual battling in the games than I do. Single Strike signature move is the one that hits once. Well, yes, Single Strike does hit once. But that wouldn't help me remember which type of move Single Strike was. The lion does not concern himself with the Urshifu typing. That's true. It's in the name. That's right. Like EA Sports. It's in the name. Can you imagine going to a game store and asking the shop owner, hey, do you have Pokemon Legends Zeta Lambda? You never know. Could be. Could happen. Look, Mewtwo, I'm sure that at some point you thought something that turned out not to be true. Like when you thought that I'd do a good stream for you today. EA Sports, it's in the microtransactions. I don't like microtransactions in video games. I miss the days when I could just buy a game and boom, there it is, the game. And I could just like put it in the console and hit power and it would just turn on and I could start playing. You just had a cupcake, you're spoiled. I want a cupcake. Good enough for you to say the whole stream though, that's true. Although we're not done yet. New Skate reboot is rife with microtransactions. So I have never owned an Xbox system ever. And I don't know if like the skate games have been on PlayStations either. But I didn't even know this is a franchise until I heard everyone talk about the new skate game a few weeks ago. I had never even heard of this. So it was a little crazy to me to have not only not heard about it until now, but to find out that the series was pretty much universally loved and everyone was all excited about a new one. And then I've heard some mixed reviews on the new one, but it's just one of those times where it's just like, how is this the first I've ever heard of this? You own the first two Xboxes? Yeah, I've always been a Nintendo guy, and then I've always bought PlayStations like a generation behind. So like I got my I got my PS1 like right after the PS2 came out. Got the PS2 after the PS3 came out. Got the PS3 after the PS4 came out. I got the PS4 about the same. And that one I got while it was current. I got the PS4 while it was current, and then I still don't have a PS5. So there are a few games that I haven't played yet because I don't have a PS5, and that makes me sad. I still haven't played Spider-Man 2. I haven't played anything with the Final Fantasy VII remake past the first section, whatever that first release was. You abandoned Nintendo for 5 years from 2000 to 2005 because of Tony Hawk. What? Because they didn't have Tony Hawk games? Is that what happened? Your favorite gotcha game is FIFA? That's a gotcha game? You owned a Wii and then your next console was the Switch, so you missed out on a lot. I've gotten, with the exception of the Switch, I've gotten every Nintendo console like right when it came out. If not like day one, like that year. The Switch I didn't get until the summer of 2020. Oh, I also never bought the Virtual Boy because I'm not stupid. Yeah, the PS1 for Christmas when it was released. Nice. You've had all the Xboxes except for the new one? Okay. Nintendo had Tony Hawk, but it was extremely stripped down. Oh, okay, gotcha. Today is not the day. Twilight's Discord stasses be like. X1. I can't follow which Xbox is the current one either because they're naming. I'm so confused. I can never keep track of them. You wanted to pick the 2-star Ho-Oh EX? Good job, Slowpoke. I still need to get the 1-star Farfetch'd. It's the last 1-star card I need. If I get that one, I will be satisfied. Obviously, I would like the immersive and the gold card as well, but if I can get far-fetched. That will be good enough for me. Series 1S. Xbox as a brand is the second half of Titanic currently. Yeah, I heard a lot of people are not happy about what was it, the Game Pass subscription. Xbox, Elon's son's name, whatever that's called. That's a long name, Mewtwo. That's a long name for a console. I'm hungry. I'm ready for some chicken patties. I can't believe this hasn't shown yet. Game Pass Premium will be $29.99 with less features for that raised price. That's unfortunate. Now, what's the difference between like a regular Game Pass and a premium Game Pass? Not a single 1-star in your God Pack? That's crazy. Yeah, chicken patty sandwiches. Lose sales from it being immediately on the service, they offset by raising the price. Call of Duty being on Game Pass day one. Um. Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't know anything about that. So is Call of Duty going to be a Game Pass exclusive game? Like you can't just buy the Call of Duty game? Not, not. Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't get it. But I don't know anything about it. If you buy Switch 2, do you need to buy subscription price again? Same sub, Zed. Same sub. Think of it this way. Think of it this way. The Nintendo Switch Online subscription is for Nintendo. It's not for the Switch. It's for Nintendo. And then you can tie both the Switch and the Switch 2 into your Nintendo subscription. Yeah, no worries. Is that the right way to reset? For this particular hunt, it is Pedro. I know what you're going to say, and you're absolutely 100% correct. All the spawns in each open area are set by the time you enter that open area, unless there is a massive mass outbreak going on. If there's a massive mass outbreak going on and there's an outbreak on top of where the alpha typically spawns, you can go to that outbreak, you can knock out or catch everything in the outbreak until the outbreak's gone, then save the game, reset the game, and when you do that, it will be a different alpha every time you reset the game. So, like, if you look at the map, you can see I'm in the midst of a massive mass outbreak, and there was one right on top of where the red arrow is, but I knocked that whole outbreak out. So yeah, each time I reset it is in fact a different Gardevoir. You just heard more money for less features. Yeah, I mean I don't know anything about the Xbox stuff. I just I'm just I mean obviously I know about Call of Duty. It would just surprise me. I'd be interested to know the thought process behind if they're not selling a new Call of Duty. They're just making a new Call of Duty available to subscribers. Because I haven't really heard of a, um, I guess I would call that like an A tier franchise. I've never heard of an A tier franchise doing that before. Sito, thank you for the lurks. Might try that in your hunts. You know what? If you really want some recommendations, Pedro, on hunts to do, how to set them up, and other things you can do to hunt for shiny alpha Pokemon in Legends Arceus, I highly recommend checking out my friends Razzie and Carly May and Dice Art Universe. They are constantly doing shiny hunts for alphas. I'm just a novice at this, but they have been doing it forever. In fact, the three of them are each extremely close to having a completed shiny living dex of nothing but Shalfa Pokemon. You gotta get going, John. All right, have a great rest of your day. Good luck on your community day, John. I'm sure I'll be talking with you later, and I'll see you next time. You exclusively play Nintendo, but you find news on other consoles interesting, so that's how you find stuff out? Yeah, exactly. Same. You literally never got a Shalfa? I'm telling you, check out one of those websites. Check out one of those channels. They will not steer you wrong. Yeah, and they can teach you how to do permutations, which I will not teach anyone how to do because I don't get them. Thought that series was finally on its deathbed. Really? Is Call of Duty not as popular as it once was? Probably your whopping 3 Shalfas. Before last year, I had 2 Shalfas. I had a Shalfa Roserade and a Shalfa Carnivine. Now I have, I think, close to 10. Always looking for Eevee with no luck. I'm almost positive that Carly May has uh, alpha hunted Eevee. She would had to have. You get permutations, but you never get Eevee outbreaks. Ah, dang it, that's unfortunate. It's fallen off catastrophically. It's fallen off over the years. I didn't know that. It can keep falling. Oh my gosh. Baja hates Call of Duty. All right, let me make a couple thank yous. Thank you to everyone for hanging out with me today. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you to the amazing mods that we have on the channel. Thank you to everyone for just keeping me company. Thank you to the new subs as well. We got 3 new subs today, which is awesome. Uh, yeah, we're gonna take off. This is gonna be the last check. I enjoy hunting on this game a lot more than Scarlet, probably the shiny sound. Yeah, I think that's a fairly popular opinion. I think a lot of people do enjoy hunting on this game more than Scarlet and Violet. But all right, let's see if the last check will be shiny. If not, I'm just going to continue doing this off stream. Next time we stream, it will be Legends EA, and I'll ping the Discord, let you guys know when I get this, just so you guys can have some closure. Because I know like Razzie won't be able to sleep until he finds out that I got this. But all right, let's do it. Here we go. Last check. Last check. Last check. Last check luck. Here we go. Thank you guys so much. Saying all the nice things. Is it shiny? It is not. All right. I will keep going. Expect a Discord ping in a couple hours. But take care, everyone. Be good. Be safe. Enjoy Community Day. Have a great few days. And I will see you after Legends Z8 comes out. Take care now. Bye bye.